goodness. It's me on camera. Camera. Let's get started with the video. Woo! Hello, bonjour, hola, hello, and what is poppin', y'all? It's your girl Michaela here to let you know that I don't do this for show. I do it for real. I know y'all missed that. I know y'all missed that intro. I know you did. And I'm so sorry for being gone, but we're not even gonna get into that. You feel me? I don't even care about my hair right now because somebody named me told me that I always look good every day, and every day I always look good. So I don't really care about how I'm cooking right now because it's hot. You know, weather than broke. Summer is on the way. Therefore, it's wearing less and going out more season. And that's, you gonna take me the way I look season because it's too hot to be doing too much. Okay, so if you are listening and you are still here, we're about to have a K talk real quick, real fast. Y'all know how I like to do it on my Instagram. If you don't know my Instagram, it is at Michaela though on Twitter, and my Instagram is it's Michaela though, but one of them will be right there. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, today we'll be talking about obtaining versus maintaining, and I'm about to tell you exactly what that means right now. First, my biggest advice for anybody is, you know, always set goals for yourselves, but when you set those goals, think about what happens after you've reached those goals. Are you able to keep them goals up? Like, you know, let's say you plan on getting a 4.0 this school year, right? In order to receive a 4, okay, let's not even do that because that's let's start over. Let's say you would like to get on the dean's list. Getting on the dean's list means you have A's and B's all throughout your school, whether it's, you know, high school, college, master's, whatever. So if you're planning on doing that, not only do you have to get an A, you have to maintain the A. So you can't just get a good grade on one test and then assume, bet I'm in, boom. That's not how it works. In order for you to get what you really want to accomplish, you need to maintain it. And I feel like a lot of times in this generation, what we lack is consistency. And that is the only way that you will maintain something, is if you're consistent, you're persistent, and you are determined. Or another thing that goes into maintain and obtain is your relationships. I know we're really young, but we're really this like hopeless romantic and idealistic generation. And I feel like a lot of times a lot of times people they want to be in a relationship. They don't know what it takes to maintain a relationship. They just know that they want a relationship. Now, that in itself you need to check, because you should want the person, and then because you want the person so much, you want a relationship. Not you want a relationship so you're willing to deal with anybody and anything so you can be in a relationship. Because not only are you maintaining a toxic relationship, you're not happy. Why are you in a relationship? Why? Doesn't even make any sense. So I feel like when you are trying to obtain a relationship, you should be thinking about how you're going to maintain it at the same time. And in order to maintain it, you need to know what you're getting yourself into. If you decide that you want to talk to a young man or young woman or whatever, you need to learn them. You need to know, what do they like, what do they not like, where they like to go, what are some hobbies they have, and does that coincide with you? What kind of plans, how many kids they want. I'm only 20, so I'm not going to be asking all that because it's a little early in the game. However, if you're older watching my videos, then that's something you should be asking, because that's gonna determine whether your relationship can be maintained, because you don't want to have a short-term relationship, because that just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to y'all, but it don't make any sense to me. But if you plan on being in this relationship, you want it to have longevity and things of that nature. And in order for that to happen, you have to be willing to put in the work in all the time. Side note, this goes for friendships as well. Like, I feel like a lot of times we have this kid-like mentality, and because I see you every day and we see each other and we hang out with each other every day, that makes, not only does that make us friends, but it makes it, you know, nothing can ever break up your friendship. That is false. Every relationship you'll ever have is going to go through something, but it's if you're willing to maintain it, that's how you know if it's built to last or not. So I feel like I got a little off topic, but let's go back to maintaining, okay? We're just gonna do a couple of quick little things that people want, and I don't feel like they think about maintaining. So I'm just gonna give you a quick little list of things that people be saying they want all the time but don't know how to maintain, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Let's say you get a car, right? You can drive this car all you want, but if you don't get an oil change when you're supposed to, if you don't get your tires rotated when you're supposed to, make sure your windshield wipers is always up to par, make sure your fluid is always up to check, you will mess up the car, and then you will no longer have a car, and then you will be walking. Because you did not maintain the same energy you had when you first got the car. You can't get an oil change the first year or the first 3 months when you're supposed to, and then after that you be like, oh, I guess it'll be okay. No, that's not how that works, because your car will tell you, I'm about to die on you and you're about to walk. So you need to be thinking about that when you do anything. If you plan on getting into anything, you need to be thinking about the after. I feel like a lot of times, you know, you can have all the determination in the world to get to where you're going, but once you get there, what are you gonna do if you don't have a plan? Like, when you plan your goals, you really should be thinking about what are you going to do after you achieve that goal. If you plan on getting your degree in something, okay, what are you gonna do with it? You get a job, okay, how long you plan on staying there? What are you gonna do with it? Like, you have so much life to live, and if you don't figure out what you want to do so where you don't feel like you're not doing anything, because you can obtain something and then you'd be like, oh dang, now what? And you don't want to feel that way because you didn't think about maintaining it afterwards. We already touched on relationships, so I'm not even gonna touch on that. But since we're on YouTube, since we are on social media, one thing that people want to obtain but don't know how to maintain is fame, clout, followers, however you want to call it. I personally have not obtained that stature in which is like famous or whatever.
But I will be there. 2019 is my year, period. The year just started anyway. However,
bring it back. I watch a lot of YouTube because I don't really like TV. So I watch a lot of YouTube. I be on Instagram, Twitter, you know, I be bored, all that good stuff. And a lot of times you see people be famous for a couple months and then they disappear. Like, there's been so many memes of people who have been famous and then they get their little clout and then they disappear. And there's something about having to maintain it that makes you more, what's the right word? It makes you more, people want to see you more when you're actually consistent, when you're actually maintaining the same energy that you obtained that very first time. I feel like a lot of times people want the clout, so they join certain organizations, and it's like, okay, now that you're in that organization, what are you doing? And I feel like whether it's a club, it's a Greek letter organization, it's you sing, you dance, whatever you plan on doing, whatever you think is like your talent, okay, it's great. God gave you a talent, so you technically didn't have to obtain it, but how are you going to maintain it? Because one thing that is very true that you learn when you're learning like a language or anything in school is if you don't use it, you lose it. And that is one thing that I think is the main thing about obtain and maintain. If you don't use it, you lose it, okay? You can get it, that's no problem. I feel like this generation, we are very strong-headed people. We are very motivated, but we are so short-term motivated. Like, you see something, you want it, you go get it, and then you put it away. Like, it's like a kid got a new toy and like, all right, on to the next new toy. No, you're getting too old for that. Whoever's watching this video, you're getting too old for obtaining something just to throw it away. That is a waste of your time. And I don't feel like there's many ways that you can waste your time, but that to me is a waste of time, because you could have been going to obtain something that you actually wanted to maintain. If you have an apartment, it's not that hard to get the apartment. It's paying your bills on time, making sure everything is up to date. That is the maintaining of having an apartment. That's the main maintenance. There we go. Maintenance of having a car. Just like your house, your car need maintenance, your relationships, your grades, everything in your life has to be maintained in order to keep order. You feel me? Like, let's say you want to be with me, boo. Hey, boo, you want to be with me. In order to be with me, you don't have to keep me happy every day, but we can't be unhappy every day either. Like, at a certain age, dates should never go out of style. I just want to say that. My grandparents have been married for almost 50 years and they still go on dates. They still go to breakfast. They do all those things together because they've been maintaining that energy since they've been married. And that doesn't mean that it's going to stay like that forever. You might have a dry spell or something, but you should try to get it back on track. I am happy to be back. I will be back. The summer is here, so I will be making videos every week. I will not promise every day because that is a lie, and I will not do it. Videos will be going up on my poetry channel very, 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 very soon. Okay, I've just decided to not give up, but I've decided to try to just spit poetry out versus trying to find a way that I want to be received on here. I feel like I love poetry, so if I love it, you're gonna love it. If I like it, you love it, and that's just what it is on that. On with the baby, okay? So if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on that post notifications. You feel me? I'm back. I know you missed this. I know you missed this juicy pancake in a punch. Yes, I know you did. It's back on your screen. I'm back on your screen. Whether you're watching it on a phone, your TV, your laptop, I am here and I am here to stay, okay? It's your girl Michaela, though, here to let you know that I don't do this for show. I do it for real. Peace.